In today's episode of the vlog, I try on my very first kilt for many years, but not in Scotland. I'm Sean, and welcome to a brand new mini-series of vlogs I've shot this winter in America. I'm going to be exploring the Scottish identity and traditions in the US, as well as visiting Washington DC and Philadelphia, where I'll be eating good food and watching good sports. So join us for this latest adventure, hit subscribe, and let's hit the road.
Good morning, Pennsylvania. Wow, what a beautiful day it is. What a beautiful morning. And it's early. And we've risen early because we are still on UK time. It's currently 8:30 in the morning and I'm making my way over to a friend of mine, Rocky from USA Kilts. 10-minute drive from here. Where are we? Over in Spring City. Got a haircut here. I'm going to jump in. Tech is there already waiting for me. Let's get going. It's about a 10-minute drive from where we stayed last night. We're going to go over there. We're going to try on a kilt, I think. Tech's not going to try one. I'm going to try one. And then I'm basically going to wear a kilt for this whole entire journey, I think. It's quite cold out there, so we'll see. I'm excited to learn more about Celtic traditions here in the United States of America. Alright, we are here at USA Kilts, the shop behind me. It looks pretty big actually, bigger than I thought it was going to be. Let's get going in. Ian, good to meet you.
Hey Sean.
Thanks for welcoming me into the store.
Sure thing.
How long has the shop been here?
In this physical location, It's been here a little over 10 years, but we've been in business going on 20 now.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah, moved a couple times.
And this is Spring City, right? Pennsylvania.
Close enough.
Close enough. Kind of
Mailing address.
Yeah. Kind of like an hour drive from Philadelphia, which is where we arrived last night. But it's really awesome to be here. I feel like it's kind of weird for me because if I've been from Scotland and come, you know, we've got lots of kind of traditional Celtic shops around Scotland and Edinburgh as well, the city where I'm from, but seeing it here is just amazing. And
yeah, I think this really serves to like highlight some of the differences between the US and the UK, where like the way we think about space in our countries is very different.
Yeah.
Being on an island versus a continent,
yeah,
like we're spread out here.
Definitely, right? And obviously they've got the physical store here and you have a lot of people probably come in and out, but do you sell all around the States?
All over the States, somewhat all over the world too.
Yeah.
I mean, not all countries are ordering kilts, but
you
we sent to Australia, we've sent to Brazil, we've sent to the UK, oddly enough.
Wow, that's cool. Well, it's great to be here, and I believe you guys are going to kit me out with a kilt, right?
We're going to kit you out. We're going to do something I bet nobody else has ever done in your travels. We're going to get you out of your pants.
Yeah, let's do it. Sounds good. Nothing dirty.
We'll see.
We'll see. All right, so let's see it.
Yeah.
What have you got? I'm excited, so excited.
Ta-da!
Wow. That is awesome.
Pick the perfect sweater to go with it.
Yeah, exactly.
Blue will go nicely. Is that blue or is that black?
Blue. Navy
Nice.
blue.
Nice.
That looks beautiful. That is the American Dream tartan that you guys made, right?
Correct, yeah. Rocky did the bulk of the design work here, and we got it milled over in your country. And
so cool.
So, yeah.
Looks beautiful. I'm looking forward to trying it. Let's get going. All right, got my own personal changing room in here. Pretty cool. It's hanging up. It has been a little while since I've had a kilt on, to be honest, because the two that I own, it's been quite a few years since I've been able to fit into them. So let's see if I can remember how to do this. Alright, let's see. It goes from that way. Sure we can figure this out. And it fits as well. That's good.
Yeah. Looks nice.
Well, I think I'm doing it right. I think that's probably about the right height as well, right? It goes to the belly button first.
Right about the belly button or a little bit above.
Yeah.
I will say you got it a little bit cockeyed.
Yeah.
So this yellow stripe is the center of the front apron.
Yeah.
Line that up with your belly button. If you wear a dress shirt or have a sporran, line
Yeah.
all that up with that yellow line.
What's the next steps then, Ian?
Next up, the next most important accessory would be the sporran.
The
Got to have a sporran. Keep
Yeah.
your stuff in, your keys, your wallet,
Yeah.
that kind of thing.
Oh,
So
let's do
let's
it.
go check that out.
All right. Wow, you guys got a really big selection of different belts and buckles and
Yep.
and
We'll
sporran as
definitely
well.
get you set up with a belt and a buckle. But for starters, a sporran.
Yeah.
I picked out the Celtic Knot Day sporran for you. I think that'll be a good casual look to go with the kind of outfit you're putting together here.
Awesome. Close up of that. I love the Celtic symbols in general. Like we've got so many different cool ones, and that's really nice. I like it.
Sporran chain here. Hopefully we got the right size. Clip that here. Doesn't have to go through the belt loops. Some guys do. I don't. It just depends on whether or not you suffer from the affliction that some men do. We call it no acetol disease.
All right. Yeah.
But I like to just let it sit on the hips. That
Yeah.
way I can turn it
Yeah.
if I need to go to the restroom or something like that. Makes it easier to do if it's not in the belt loops.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, makes sense. Looks good. I like it. And you've got some of the hairy sporrans. Right. Wow. You guys have got a lot of different cool bits of metal here.
Oh yeah.
Love it.
Quite a bit of choices.
Yeah.
We're hoping to put you in one of the buckles that we worked with a designer to create.
Yep.
I've got the Stag buckle's a good choice.
Love it.
I've got
I
like a
like
Fenrir Norse, wolf god, or this is more Irish than Scottish,
Yeah.
but we got the double harp action going on too.
They're beautiful. Wow. To be honest, I think I already have a favourite. In fact, I've got
Okay.
two favourites. I really like them all. They're really cool. This one, obviously, Irish, very Irish symbolism, which is amazing. There's a lot of people going to relate to that, right? Their family heritage and all the rest of it. I really like stags in general because stags, for me, really represent the Highlands.
Yeah.
Whenever I go up to see my family in the Highlands who live up there, you see stags everywhere, and it's such
believe
like
that.
an icon. I really like the Norse symbolism in general. Like I think it's really cool. Like Viking symbology, I think is just amazing. I love it, and I think that looks really beautiful. I mean, they all look amazing, to be honest. They're going to stand out, whichever one you choose.
Yeah.
They're really, really, really intricate, and I love that. They obviously put a lot of work into it. And you said these ones have been designed by you guys in the shop, right?
Yeah, Rocky worked with a designer, and
Yeah.
together they kind of created the Celtic knot work and the thoughts.
Amazing.
And, so these three here are USA Kilts exclusives.
These are my short list. What do you think? We've got the very kind of Scottish Highlands, which obviously is something that applies to a lot of people here in the States, as Ian was saying, with hunters and stuff. But then you've got this kind of Norse Viking symbolism here. They're both really, really cool. I don't know. What do you reckon?
I don't know. I love both as well.
They're really cool. But I think I'm gonna
Go with
choose the
Fenrir.
Viking Norse
Right on.
piece because that was really cool.
I'll take that one then.
There's a big question: will it actually clip in? my waistline since
Well-
since the pandemic. I think we're good though. I think we've got it. That looks awesome. I love it.
Right on.
What does the boss think?
Looks great.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're almost there, right? Getting there,
Yeah,
right?
I think the one last thing I want to set you up with, they do have flashes and matching target
Yep.
flashes to go with the kilt. If you're going to wear flashes, you got to have a pair
Yep.
of hose. So let's get you set up with a pair of hose.
Cool.
Back over to
do
where
it.
we just left. So we got your matching target flashes
Yep.
here. We'll need some hose for those to hold up.
Yep.
A couple different color options. I'd say let's look at this middle row here.
Yep.
Where we have our colored kilt hose line. They're good, like middle of the range kind of a quality, but they come in lots of colors.
Yeah.
So the obvious choices might be either the navy blue or the claret red. That go nice against your tartan, but charcoal is always a great option too because it goes
Yeah.
with anything.
My wife is very fashion conscious. She knows what she's talking about with that stuff. So I think I might actually defer on that decision and go for the navy blue.
So you're a Scottish man
Yeah.
who's gone to the U.S. to get a kilt
Yeah.
by taking advice from a Brazilian woman.
Exactly, that's how it works out, yeah. But no, they're actually really nice. You've got so many really nice options there as well.
Yeah.
So people, it doesn't matter what kind of colour kilt, you're going to have something for everyone, right?
If you want bottle green, we'll do it, but that seems like a weird choice to me.
Seems a bit out there. I think navy's probably the right option. I love it.
You look good.
Thank you very much.
You look like a true American.
True American, yeah. I love this, like this connection with Scotland and America for me. This is why I've been doing this channel and these videos over the last couple of years now, because the first time I came here, I realised that people had this passion for their heritage, and there's more people here in the States with Scottish ancestry than there are people in Scotland.
I believe that.
And that's awesome. And then when I started kind of finding out the true stories of that, you know, how people first of all came over to the Carolinas, and then, you know, obviously up in Canada as well.
I was going to ask that if you found a lot of that in the Carolinas.
But it's just been really, really cool to make these connections, and to come here and see all this is awesome. You know, I'd love to. If I had more time, I'd probably love to come and, you know, meet your customers and see about their background and see where they came from. But
stick around about 10 more minutes. I'll start showing up.
But so I guess your customers most are going to be people who have that Scottish connection.
Scottish or Irish, sometimes Welsh too. Some of the other Celtic nations are kind of picking up.
Yeah.
You know, where the Scots started.
Awesome.
So there's a whole line of Irish tartans. There's a whole line of Welsh tartans. And, a bunch of, obviously, like we said, you know, standard tartans that anybody can wear.
Yeah. And it goes all the way like throughout the society here, because I think I read it was like 20 or 30 million people who could have that connection. But even like your presidents over the last hundreds of years, there's so many of them.
I'm sure a lot of them. I don't know the number, but if we've had 46 presidents now, it's got to be over 20, I would think.
It's amazing, really cool.
Yeah.
But I love it, and I love the fact that I got a kilt on again. It's been a while. I guess.
Again, you had to fly over the pond to get one.
Yeah, it's weird. Like it's about feeling comfortable, right, and feeling proud of it.
Yeah,
and it's something that I guess
it's a great way to individualize, especially when you're not going to like a Scottish event.
Yeah.
Where everybody's going to be doing it, but like to give it your own.
Yeah.
You know, give your fashion your own.
Yeah, exactly.
But I know one thing we've heard from some of our customers is that like, or even just their wives or girlfriends are like, he's never thought about colors in his outfits before, but putting on a kilt has made him think about his fashion more.
There you
go.
go.
It's a great way to individualize.
Definitely.
Kind of do your own thing.
Awesome. I really appreciate it. This has been awesome.
Yeah. Happy to do it.
I'm looking forward to.
I'm the best at getting men out of their pants. What can I say?
There you go. Well, usakilts.com if you're not from Pennsylvania and you can't make it to the store, but you guys, like you say, probably have customers driving quite a long distance to come here, right?
Oh yes. I had one gentleman earlier this year drive all the way from about Detroit, Michigan, overnight to be here when we open at 10. And I was like, wait a minute, you have to leave at midnight to do that.
Wow.
And he spent some time here. He ordered a kilt. He got some accessories. He went to go visit one other local tourist attraction and then immediately drove back
Right the way back up. Basically got everyone covered, whether you want to be really formal for like a wedding type of event, or if you want to be casual like I am. Even you got awesome Scottish themed t-shirts as well back there. It was cool. Right, we're going to meet the owner, Rocky, now. He's just coming in now. It's be the first time seeing me in the kilt, so let's do it. Hey, Rocky.
Yeah, good to see you.
Good to see you. It's been a while. I've been speaking online for such a long time, and now finally seen you in the flesh. It's
I know.
different experience. I've got the kilt on.
Very nice. How's it fit?
Amazing. This is the first time I've had like a proper kilt fitting, and I feel great.
Nice.
So,
you look good. Like the navy with it. Very well. Works very well.
Thank you very much.
Very nice.
And well, it's great to be here.
Thank you.
And for me, seeing this like in the States is a really kind of amazing, different experience. And it'd be cool if you could take me around the shop and like show me some stuff and how you set the place up. And
Sure.
The rest of it, yeah.
Over here is our essentially wall of tartan stuff. So when you come in, we want to have a good place for people to just kind of sit, you know, take a seat, look through the different tartan books, you know, really figure out exactly which version of their family tartan they want to do.
Yeah.
We have a little light underneath there to help people kind of see it in better light and bring it outside if they bring it outside.
Awesome.
So this is the area for collecting, you know, you're making your decision on the tartan.
Yeah.
Exactly. Now over here we have sporrans. We kind of have them broken up into cases. So we have day sporrans over here, semi-dress and hunting sporrans here, and then dress sporrans over there. To sort of, you know, allow people to figure out, okay, this is the collection I want to do, or, you know, this is the level of formal that I want to be for my get-up.
Yeah, awesome.
We have shirts, we have, you know, tartan neckties, all kinds of different stuff out here.
Cool.
So
Basically, no matter what somebody needs, if it's something formal or if they're more casual, you're going to be able to get them out.
Yeah, that's kind of what we started with, like way back when, 2003. My original concept was being able to help anybody, any shape, any size, any question, any level of formal. I want to be able to sort it out for them. I don't want to just be like, sorry, we don't have that in your size.
Yeah.
I want to, you know, the biggest dude to the small, scrawniest little kid.
That's the thing. I was saying to Ian, right? Everybody's different sizes, and I've got like short legs, and it's quite intimidating actually. I think, even for me being from Scotland, like to come into a place that has all this gear without actually knowing much about it, and saying, okay, I know I want to get a kilt, but I don't know much after that, and you can basically take them through the process
Yeah.
of what they might need.
Yeah, imagine starting a company, not knowing anything, and having to figure it all out yourself in a different country. That's
Yeah.
kind of, I had to kind of reinvent the wheel and figure it all out. Thank God for the internet, being able to,
Yeah.
dig through tiny bits of information and kilt forums and stuff like that. So I've kind of accumulated a lifetime's worth of knowledge in 20 years and just kind of dove in with both feet. And it's kind of our job and their job and all of this to kind of walk people along, because most people don't know what they're looking for, don't know what they're doing. They have questions, and it's our job to kind of guide them through it.
This is where the magic really happens in here.
Yeah.
You've got like rolls of tartan.
Yeah. This is all our polyviscose fabric. It's a little bit less expensive, and we have some wool fabric over there that are our custom ones, and we have wool that's underneath here and underneath the other side of the table. It's kind of waiting. Somebody's already ordered it, and then we have to wait for their order to come up in the production queue.
Cool.
And then we put it through. Every single one is physically handmade and custom made here in the building. So
Awesome.
Yeah, it's something to be proud of.
Definitely, 100%. Yeah.
This is the
Oh wow.
studio.
Proper studio.
Yeah. So we just we set up. We're just starting to do a podcast. So we just set up a different setup. Normally our chairs are there,
Yeah.
and that's kind of the background of the shot. But we just decided we wanted to start doing a podcast. So we're gonna kind of play around with that and do some interviews and just kind of move around the room a little
Yeah.
bit.
All right, Rocky. Thanks a lot for having us. It's really, really cool to be here and see the shop. Like you guys have, spent a lot of time and blood, sweat, and tears. I'd imagine putting it together.
Yep.
Over
Just
the
a bit. Yep.
And so you opened how long ago?
We opened in 2003.
Yeah.
It was kind of my mid-20s crisis / working for another company. I'm sure you have some kind of similar thing where you didn't want to, you don't want to punch a clock 9 to 5 kind of thing. You want to do something for yourself. My dad was an entrepreneur of sorts, as an attorney who started his own firm. So it was something that I wanted to do something to kind of be my own man and make my own thing.
Yeah.
To have pride in the thing you're making.
Yeah.
As well, at the same time, I just fell in love with the Scottish culture, Irish culture, Celtic culture more, generally, and kind of dove in with both feet and just got obsessed.
Yeah.
And had to learn every single thing about it and just wanted to wear a kilt. So it all kind of came together at the same time. This was the thing I chose to do.
Yeah, like we said downstairs, it's quite daunting when you think about all the different aspects of it, right? And all the history and people are really passionate about it, and so you want to make sure that you bring people on that journey, right? But I'm really fascinated. So the reason I started coming to the States, 2 or 3 years ago now, and doing these videos is because I learned that actually there's a lot of people here, millions of people here, who have this passion for their ancestry of Scotland, and actually a lot of people here, I would say, take that more seriously than we do sometimes in Scotland, and I think that's a shame, right? And there's definitely a movement now in the last few years of younger people taking an interest in Scottish culture. Scots is a language, Gaelic is a language. These things are kind of struggling a little bit. People are trying to make sure they don't die off. But in terms of here in the States, which your customers, right?
Yeah.
What was your experience of people, why they would come into buy a kilt? What's their motivation?
A lot of them just have a deep-seated desire to express their heritage.
Yeah.
In one way or another. And a lot of them kind of, I'm saying this at the risk of sounding rude because it's not really meant to sound rude. They don't know how.
Yeah.
They need help. They know where they want to look like. They know they want to wear a kilt. They might know their tartan, but they just need that little nudge to kind of guide them the right way, because there's a fear that they're doing it wrong, or that they're not wearing the right tartan, or are you supposed to wear this thing with that thing?
Yeah.
Is this off? And there's not enough knowledge in the States. We didn't grow up with it.
Yeah.
It's not like you just go down in a corner and you rent your kilt for the outfit or for the event. So people here need someone to kind of guide them and teach them along the way a little bit, and kind of show them what is typically done or not typically done, so to speak.
And that's really interesting because for me, in Scotland, we are quite loose with that. Like, we don't take that sense of the ancestry and the heritage that seriously. So if somebody came to Scotland wearing a kilt and it wasn't the right tartan or whatever, like, it wouldn't be a big deal for us at all. And even if they weren't wearing the whole kit properly, it's not a big deal. I think people especially young people in Scotland nowadays, they try and like add a little bit of flair, so they'll add tartan to different parts of their outfit, right? Just to show that little bit of flair, which I think is cool. But you know, it's interesting to people really want to take it seriously and want to make sure they're being respectful of their ancestry, right?
That's exactly it. It's people are very concerned that they're going to be insulting. It's not something that they grew up with. It's not something that they're comfortable doing every single time they put it on.
Yeah.
So they want to make sure that, you know, if they run into a Scottish person, if they go over to Scotland, if they're going to get married over there, whatever, they want to make sure that they're not offending people. There's this culture of wanting to make sure you're doing it right and not ticking somebody off, not playing with it.
Yeah.
It's not a caricature. It's a thing that deserves a certain amount of respect.
Yeah.
And most of our customers that I've experienced kind of feel that way, is that they want to do it respectfully. They're not exactly sure how, so they're trying to learn.
Yeah. And I've seen like different figures, 20 million, 30 million people who potentially have this kind of ancestry to Scotland, and if you add Ireland, then it's a lot bigger than that as well, right?
Yeah.
So that's your customer base, right?
Yeah, it's mostly U.S. We have some in the broader diaspora. We have Canada. We have some in Germany or Australia. We have one guy in Brazil who loves his freaking kilt. He's
amazing.
ordered a ton of stuff. Oh yeah,
Yeah. That may be your cousin.
yeah. It's a huge thing that people get very, very passionate about, and we love their passion feeds us, which feeds them.
Yeah.
It's kind of a weird, cyclical thing.
Definitely. And I think there's been a revival, definitely in Scotland, of understanding the history and heritage of where things like the kilt and tartan came from and why it was used. Thanks a little bit to programs like Outlander, which I know is massive here. It's exploded, and that has definitely... You know, it was really funny, right? There was a period before Outlander launched of about 5 years where things were a little bit quiet. There wasn't that many people coming to Scotland. And everything was just a little bit flat, right, around Scotland and Scottishness. Since Outlander, it's exploded. There are so many people from the States coming over on direct flights to Edinburgh and Glasgow and touring the Highlands. And for me, it's amazing to see these people come here. So a lot of them have ancestry, but some of them just love, they loved Outlander and thought, wow, I want to connect with Scotland now. So, I guess what I'm trying to say is there's people here, whether they have ancestry or not, but actually whether they kind of like Scotland as well, they might come in here and think, okay, cool, let's check out some tartans and get kitted out, right?
Yeah, exactly. We've seen somewhat of a positive net effect from Outlander in this, but nowhere near. We started in 2003, so I wasn't around for the Braveheart effect, so to speak. But when I speak to the mills, they're seeing they saw a huge bump in the mid to late 90s, especially through the hire agencies and especially for, in their exported stuff. And they're seeing a bit more now with Outlander and things like that, as well as the tourism kind of industry. I think you're bang on that.
For me, one of the things that's cool is you work directly with suppliers in Scotland as well. So, as your business is growing, I guess you're supporting businesses in Scotland as well.
Yeah, it's one of our tenets that we had from way back at the beginning. The whole point of this was to support Celtic artisans. So we use Celtic artisans loosely to mean Scotland, the UK in general, Ireland, that kind of thing, and Americans who are making these things with their hands. It's not just buying cheap stuff, marking it up, and whacking it out the door. So that is kind of one of the core tenets of what we are doing is with Highlandware, is we are supporting the Scottish culture, the Scottish suppliers, as much as humanly possible to get things, the right things done the right way.
With that in mind then, so as I've been touring the shop, like you've got a lot of designs which obviously they come from some of the suppliers, right? But then you've got some designs which are really uniquely yours. So the kilt buckle, for example. And then one thing I really wanted to ask about was the kilt that I'm wearing is the American Dream tartan, which you guys designed and brought to market quite recently, right?
Yep.
Can you tell me the story about how that came to be?
Sure. We did. There are a few different American tartans. We have one called American Heritage, which is different. We designed that way back when. But with the 250th anniversary coming up, we wanted to do something special. We wanted to have a tartan design that celebrated what is good about America. So we kind of sat down and said, okay, what are the good things? We're Googling all kinds of phrases with America, and the thing that kept popping up was the American dream. And we took it as the ideal to live up to, not something that is necessarily attained, not something that is attained for every single person, but is the thrill of the journey. It's the thing that people, it's the North Star that our country is guided by. It is the founding fathers' promise that we are able to do what we want to do, when we want to do it, how we want to do it, and the government's job is to remove as many obstacles from as many people as possible. And that is something, in my mind, that can be celebrated whether you're, you know, red, blue, or purple. It doesn't matter. It's just, it's the dream that, you know, my family came here with. It's the dream that a lot of immigrants come here with. To this day, there's a reason why there's more people coming here than leaving. So it's one of those things where it's something that everyone should be able to rally around and feel in the way that we feel it. So
absolutely. I mean, for me, that one of the reasons that I came here and I really fell in love with the place is, of course, the connection with Scotland is cool, right? But I could feel that kind of desire to improve everyone. You know, people want to improve themselves, their families, and that's the essence of the American dream, right? You can really feel it in the air. And that's one of the reasons I love it here, is the positivity, enthusiasm, and I'm just attracted to it in general. That's why I like it here a lot. But it's really great. And I think, you know, obviously, it's fair to say that, you know, there's a lot of tension in the world, not just here in the world, but here in particular in politics. And I guess this is one space, the American dream, where it's something that everyone can come behind and actually unify in some areas.
I'm speaking as an American who's lived here my whole life. It's frustrating to watch my country get torn apart. So I'm literally, I refuse to add to that. So it's on me as someone who loves this country to figure out a way for something that everyone can get behind. You know, period.
Cool. Well, I think as well, it's been a great idea and concept. It looks beautiful as well. I love it. It looks great.
Thank you.
It's a really good colour, and I think that's a big consideration for people. There's a lot of people, I think, in Scotland as well who they buy kilts not necessarily based on their family, but actually do like it. And this is something that just, they look great. So that's awesome. And we are going to be, well, first of all, I'm going to be putting all the links to the stuff you need to know down below in the comments of this video, and all the videos from this series that I'm doing at the moment throughout Pennsylvania and DC and all the rest of it. You'll find all the information down there where they can buy this kilt and all the other items you sell as well. So that's really awesome.
Excellent. Thank you.
And also we're going to be doing some other content together, right? We're going to be sitting here in the studio and probably doing some filming in the next week.
Yep.
Looking forward to it.
Exactly. Stay tuned.
Stay tuned, definitely. Where do people find you more on social media? What's your phone?
We have a YouTube channel. We have a good amount on YouTube. It's pretty evenly distributed now. So we're paying a lot of attention to YouTube, a lot of attention to Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok are the main ones that we go after.
Awesome. All that information will be down below. But Rocky, thank you very much for bringing us here and inviting us. I'm just so excited. I'm looking forward to. We're going to hang out. We're going to go to a hockey game.
Absolutely.
I've never been to a hockey game in my life.
Absolutely.
What should I expect? Is it violent?
Hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully that's the idea. And I'm going to be wearing the kilt the whole time. So in that game, that's going to be cool.
Yeah, absolutely.
Awesome.
We'll go out. We'll do things in the kilt and show people what it looks like to be two random dudes in a kilt running around America.
Sounds good. Looking forward to it. Well,
cool.
Great to be here, and I'm looking forward to the rest of this week. It's going to be awesome.
Absolutely.
Let's do it. Feels a wee bit breezy under the kilt. Baltic is the word. Pennsylvania, Baltic. But that was an amazing experience in there with USA Kilts, with Ian and Rocky. I'm properly kitted out now. You know what else is cool? I've got a sporran. I can keep all my things in the new sporran. I love that. I'm curious about the reaction I might get on this trip, if any at all, because I'm going to be wearing this kilt every single day during this trip. I'm going to try to anyway. That's the plan. So right now we're going to drive to DC. That'll be another video, which is about a 3-hour drive from here, something like that. And we're also going to be spending a couple of days in Philadelphia. Rocky's going to join us as well later in the week. So that's what the videos in this series is going to be about. But hopefully you enjoyed seeing USA kilts and seeing what they're all about. If you are interested in buying a kilt, I think everyone should consider buying a kilt, even if you're not with Scottish ancestry. It doesn't matter. You can be Scottish if you want. You can enjoy Scottish culture. You can enjoy tartan and kilts. And if you do any of that, you know, check these guys out. There's going to be a link down below, like I said, to all the information you need. I'm working on this series here in Pennsylvania and DC with USA Kilts in partnership, which is awesome. I really enjoy working with people like this who just have something really cool to share, and something that I think my audience is going to enjoy. and get a lot of value out of. So that was it. Thanks for watching today's video. Taka, what did you reckon to the kilt? It's been a while since I've worn one.
Yeah, I think since, well, a full one since the wedding.
Yeah. Which was quite a long time ago, and it obviously doesn't fit me anymore, so it's good that I have a kilt that actually fits.
I like it, I want one.
You want one as well? We need to get Rocky to sort you out. But anyway, that's it for this video. Thank you very much for watching. Make sure you're following the whole adventure as we check out Pennsylvania and DC and all the locations around here. And we will, all the links for that will be down below. Until the next adventure, hope you have a good night, morning, evening, afternoon, or whatever time of day it is, wherever you are in the world. Take care.